friends, on behalf of Connor and Erin, I welcome you all here today. My name is Erin Matheney, and I'm the little brother of the bride. In my day job, I'm a counselor, and so Connor and Erin thought, who better to help them start a marriage right than a counselor? Anyways, I'm honored and thrilled to be here today to speak on behalf of them to you, and to speak on behalf of everyone gathered here today. You all came today to show your support for the life and the future that Connor and Erin are building together. Connor and Erin, shake those nerves off. It's okay. I just want you to... You know what? It's supposed to be fall tomorrow. Feel good. I just want you to take this moment to turn and look at everyone who came just to be here with you. Make sure you soak in their love and their joy for you. Today is your day. And maybe someday in the future, when you've had a tough day in your life or your relationship, you can think back to today standing right here and remind yourself of all the blessings that you have. Family and friends, take a moment yourself to look around and see the beauty that is present in this moment. In a world gone mad with distrust, bitterness, and hatred, you're a gathering of faith, hope, and love. Today, you get to make the world a little bit better by supporting the idea that in the end, love wins. So it is because of our faith, hope, and love that I invite you to bow your heads with me to ask the source of all faith, hope, and love to bless Connor and Erin's marriage. Lord, look upon our family and friends here assembled. We thank you for this place in which we celebrate, for the love that it unites in us, for the peace given to us this day, for the hope with which we dream, for the health, the work, the food, and the bright skies that make our lives delightful. For our friends and family here, present and away, and most especially, we thank you for Connor and Erin, who today are united in marriage. We ask now that you bless our celebration and bless our hearts, that we may always be witnesses of your generosity in our world. Amen. And thank you for kids. In my opening prayer, I mentioned that family that is present and away. You may have noticed that on the last row of the chairs, Erin and Connor have chosen to honor their late loved ones and wanted me to express to you all that they know that they're here with us in spirit and they're joining us in celebration today. Connor and Erin have asked Tim Matheney, Erin's uncle, to provide a reading of one of their favorite pieces of literature. It's called On Marriage from the Prophet by Khalil Gibran.
You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but not eat from the same bowl. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of this temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow.
Again, thank you all so much for coming from all over the country today to join us. I am Erin's little brother, and so I am in the unique position to provide a window into their relationship. Also, these two souls, plus their dog Max, had the pleasure of living with me in my tiny apartment when they moved up here from Nashville. I've seen them at their highest highs and at some of their lowest lows. Thus, I am confident when I say both of our families are blessed by receiving a new member today. You know, when they first asked me to be their officiant, I was so excited that I ran out and told all of my friends that I was marrying my sister. Initially, they all looked at me with confusion because they thought that was illegal in this state. Then I explained I was officiating. Needless to say, though, Erin, Connor, and I got to have many nights and mornings where we just hung out, talked, and had a lot of good wine. So I have lots of stories about them, and Erin asked me to wield my powers wisely when I tell stories today. So, I am neither allowed to confirm nor deny that Erin and Connor's relationship, when it first started, was a little scandalous. That's right, I said it, scandalous. Erin may or may not have been a manager at the restaurant where Connor worked when he started his relentless pursuit of her. Erin, being the all-responsible manager she was like, what is this boy doing? Nevertheless, Connor persisted. Eventually, she was no longer managing him, and so they did start dating. They hit it off immediately, and after their first date, and a drink or two, Connor asked Erin to be his girlfriend. This guy works fast. They learned that they have a lot in common. They're both wanderers and incessant travelers. They love learning about new things, ideas, cultures, foods, and drinks. In fact, they are often so in tune when one of them goes to order wine at a restaurant, the other will say, hey, I was going to order that. They also discovered that they have some differences. In fact, they both independently told me that they are total opposites, which is actually why they fit together. Where Erin is wild and loud, Connor is quiet and reserved. Where Erin walks around singing and dancing, Connor prefers some video games with his friends. Where Erin would pretend when we were little she was a monkey, beat me up, jump up and down on me, Connor did not. In fact, I hear he was pretty nice to Julia. On a more serious note, though, when Connor was coming home with my sister to ask my parents for their blessing, which I didn't find out about until later, Erin, Connor, and I all went out to eat beforehand. Connor expressed that he was nervous because he felt like my parents were pretty religious and wondered what kind of questions they would ask him. Connor openly tells people that his spiritual beliefs and thoughts are not wrapped up nicely in a little theological box. He was raised Catholic, but he takes a little from here, a dash from there, and he kind of sprinkles it everywhere. Erin comes from a Protestant Christian background, though none of us on our side of our family have neat little theological boxes either. Interestingly, Connor once told me that travel is his religion. And I've been unpacking that one since the day. But what would travel as spirituality look like? What is travel but a refusal to give in to negativity? It is the belief that there's always more beauty to find, always more friends to meet, always more stories to hear, and always more food to taste. That ultimately the world has good in store for us all, and you just have to find it and make it your own, which is something that these two have already started doing. I think that this is actually what led them to find each other. They each embody the other's ideals of their spirituality. Erin has always had this exuberance about her, an endless joy and excitement for the zest of life. She's always been one of the most beautiful people I have ever met. And trust me, my friend, never let me forget it. She's always been compassionate and has even said to me before, why can't people just be good to each other? And oftentimes she makes it seem so doable, right? She's always making new friends and hearing their stories. She loves adventuring through the woods and trying new foods from different countries. And when you hear Erin talk about Connor, she just oozes this pride, joy, and love. When she was telling me about him and how great of a guy he is, I thought that I had heard that somewhere before. In fact, it sounded like it was straight out of a book of the Bible that I knew. It went something like this. Connor is patient. Connor is kind. He does not envy. He does not boast. And he is not arrogant. He does not dishonor others. He is not self-seeking. He is not easily angered. He keeps no records of wrongs. He does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. He always protects, always trusts, always helps, and he will always persevere. Connor's love for Erin will never end. There is an apropos quote often attributed to George Orwell that says, "In a world of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act." I would change that just a little bit for today. I would say, in a world where divorce is the norm, true love is scandalous. So this is my hope, and the hope of everyone here for you too. We hope you have love that refuses to give in to negativity, always finds more beauty, that forgives, protects, and trusts. Love that has patience and kindness for each other and for those around you. Love that in the highs and the lows still finds joy in the zest of life. I hope your love in our world gone mad is truly scandalous. Connor, if you would, repeat after me. I, Connor, take you, Erin.
I, Connor, take you, Erin,
To be my wife,
to be my wife,
and partner in life,
my partner in life,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I will love you more each day
I will love you more each day
than I did the day before.
than I did the day before.
I will trust you,
I will-
respect you,
I will trust you and respect you,
laugh with you and cry with you,
laugh with you and cry with you,
loving you deeply,
loving you faithfully,
through good times and bad,
through good times and bad,
regardless of the obstacles we face.
regardless of the obstacles we face.
I give you my hand, my heart,
I give you my hand and my heart,
and my love from this day forward,
and my love from this day forward,
as long as we both shall.
as long as we both shall.
Erin, repeat after me. I, Erin, take you, Connor,
I, Erin, take you, Connor,
to be my husband,
my husband,
my partner in life,
my partner in life,
and my one true love.
my true love.
I will love you more each day